Welcome back. A Stephen F. Austin State University professor is defying modern music with sounds from the past. He's creating homemade instruments from materials you would usually find in a junkyard. East Texas News 9's Michelle Reed sat down with the Humble Blues man today to learn why experimental music is making a comeback.
Cigar boxes, old medicine bottles, and even wood from outhouses have all been transformed into Ron King's homemade guitars.
I'm always making things as an artist, and so it just seemed natural to start moving music into it. And then the thing I noticed is with instruments is that it has an appeal to people that a painting doesn't have or a photograph doesn't have.
The Stephen F. Austin University painting and art history instructor started making his own instruments a couple of months ago, but this isn't a new hobby for the music man.
I was always interested in pretty homemade music anyway, either old esoteric music or, homemade country, homemade blues, and homemade rock music. So I started just learning to play guitar on my own, and then very quickly started joining bands immediately with barely being able to play.
King started making his own instruments when he joined a jug band a couple years back and decided he actually enjoyed it.
This is something that to me appeals to everybody, whereas many times I find some art things to be sort of marginal as far as the audience goes, because people sometimes are intimidated, I think, by art. This sort of works outside of that field and brings people in that normally might not consider this to be art.
Right now, King only has 4 guitars he has made, but says he wants to start making more to sell. And he says it's also a way for him to pay tribute to the past. In Nacogdoches, Michelle Reed, KTRE, East Texas News 9.
Pretty impressive. Well, King has been asked to curate an experimental music show. The show is not until 2015, but King says he's already working on recruiting experimental musicians from all across East Texas.